Hi, this is Dawn Olszewski with DOstampingwithDawn.com, and I'm here with another How'd She Do That video. And today's video is courtesy of Split Coast Stampers. I was invited to join them on their holiday blitz. This card, which is a screen divider card, is featured on November 13th. So look at this. Your friends and family are simply going to be amazed when they open up this holiday card. So let's get started. The first thing that you're going to need is a piece of cardstock, which measures 11 inches by 5.5 inches. And we're going to score it at 2 3/4, 5.5, and 8 1/4. Okay, so the basic fold on this is I like to fold it in half, and then I like to fold it back on itself like a fan fold. This is what your card is going to look like. Alright, so next we want to create a border across the top, and we're going to use Stampin' Up's new confetti star punch. Now when I use border punches, I like to start in the center. So I'm just going to center my cardstock in there. Give it a good punch. Sometimes you need to put a little more weight into it when you do that. And you can see here's my punching here. Now I'll come in a little bit closer, because there is a little bit of a trick to lining these up. So you can see that there is like these silver stars here. That's our template to line them up with the negative spaces here. So typically I like to pull it all the way out so I can see where I ended, and then I like to slide it back in. And there we go. It lines up right there. All right. So we'll keep doing that. And we'll pull it back out, slide it back in, and then again. Now, you're going to want to do the same thing on the other side. So just the opposite. Slide it out this way and line it back in. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and finish that up. So here is what it looks like. Isn't that beautiful? I love that. And then you're going to have these leftover confetti stars. Now you can use them in like shaker cards, or use some of the bigger ones you can attach to some cards. I'm just going to push these out of the way for now. Next we're going to come in with a decorative label punch, and we're going to create the feet of our, or legs if you want to call it, of our screen divider card. So all I'm going to do is turn it over. We're going to just work with 2 panels at a time. And we're going to line up the decorative label punch right at the bottom. And I'm going in about 1/3. I don't know if you can see that. I'll come in a little closer. Now the other tip is from side to side, where the fold is and where that edge is, I want about the same amount of extra space coming off each side there. So I know I've centered it between my punch. And this looks good down here, so I'm going to give it a punch. And there we go. That's one side. Now we'll do the other. Same thing. We're going to come in about 1/3. We'll center it side to side this way. And that looks pretty good. Alright, oops, and there, those line up really well, don't you think? And that is the bottom of our card, and really, that's the basis of any card. You can use any border at the top, but definitely use the decorative label for the bottom. Now I've done my stamping already. It is done with Ornamental Pine. This is in the 2014 Holiday Catalog for Stampin' Up. Love this. This is probably my most favorite stamp set out of that catalog. It's a must-have. And then I've also used Gorgeous Grunge, and this is from the annual catalog. Another must-have because it just blends well with lots of different images. Now let's talk a little bit about the inks that I've chosen to use today. Now, let's see. Garden Green, of course, is the pines. And then the pine cone was done in baked brown sugar. So we've got lots of pine cones on here. Early Espresso, that's what I used for the greetings. And then the last one was I took the Ornamental, or excuse me, the Gorgeous Grunge, this kind of dotted image, and I did some speckling with, this is crumb cake. So that that kind of shows you how the stamping. I'm going to give you a little bit of tips though. For the last panel has the main greeting and then just a little bit of decorative stamping. You want to leave room for your signature here. And then this panel with the greeting. I'm going to talk a little bit about how to stamp that. Now, it is all on one line, and what I did is I stamped the wishes separately from the Christmas. And all I did, if you can see, I just inked up the wishes first. So I went ahead and I stamped that. And then I cleaned this up really good, and then I only inked up the Christmas. Now, you can do that. You just have to be careful. So I'm going to show you how I did the wishes. So I'm just looking at it really close. I can see, I don't know if you can see in the camera, but if you just look at it like this, if you're holding it and you can view it, you can see that you're just getting one of the words. So this is a way to kind of selectively ink up your stamps. You could also get out a marker to do that as well. So there's our stamping, and I added them to, these were panels. Oh, you're probably wondering what size panels these are. They are 2 1/8 by 4 inches. All of them are the same. And then I'm going to layer them with garden green, and this is 2 3/8 by 4 1/4. All right, I'm just adding the last panel here, the front one, to the card. And you can see that I am covering up some of the star image there. I actually just like the way that looks. If you use this for your image and you want to show it all, these panels just got really small. So I kind of like the look of that. So we'll fold this back up, and optionally, you can add a piece of baker's twine. This is our gold baker's twine. I used 16 inches, and I just tied it off to keep the card closed. Now they can just slide it off, your recipient, and open it up, and there you go. Cute. I love this. There are so many different options that you could use for stamping on this. It does fit in Stampin' Up's, let's see, medium size envelopes. I did a little stamping there. You can see this. Now it is a little bit smaller. I mean, it fits this wise, but it's going to be a little smaller, but that's all right. It'll still go through the mail just fine. So I hope you enjoyed that. Be sure to stop by my blog for more inspiration and creative ideas. Thank you.